How do we get the CDC to do its job and do it better?
Well, first of all, to focus it, I rather irreverently call it the Centers for Disaster and Confusion. It was founded in the 1940s to control the spread of contagious infectious diseases, right? But now when you go up on their website and look at their goals, they're all really woke things like reducing gun violence. These are all good goals, but they're not the goals of the CDC. And they have totally forgotten their original mission. I'll give you the example that is closest to my heart, right? One of the biggest killers in America every year is hospital infection. Hospital infections kill roughly 100,000 people a year. That's more than breast cancer and gun violence combined. And they're almost totally preventable. The CDC should make it a very high priority. Reducing those infections isn't even on their list of goals. If you were to say, what is the number one predictor of who gets a hospital infection? Is it their age? No. Is it the disease that brought them into the hospital? No. The number one predictor of who gets an infection, what room or bed they're assigned to. Because if they're put in a bed and a preceding occupant had an infection, their risk goes up 583%, according to the Columbia School of Nursing. Almost 6 times as risk, because that previous patient was discharged, but their germs were left behind on the bed rail, the call button, the TB controls, right, the over-the-bed table, inadequate cleaning. You can fix that. That can be fixed.
Just by cleaning the room better, right? Just by
That's right.
Right.
Cleaning
Yes.
the room better. In fact, Robert Ornstein out at the Mayo Clinic found that if he wiped the high-touch surfaces right around the patient's bed once a day with a bleach wipe, he eliminated the most prevalent infection, C. diff, by 86%. Why isn't every hospital doing that? But what does the CDC do? To the contrary, if a hospital has an outbreak of a very deadly germ, one of the worst these days is called Candida auris. It's a fungal infection. 50% mortality rate for bloodstream infection.
Wow.
If they have an outbreak, they call in their reports and to their communications with the newspapers, they refer to it as Hospital A. Now, of course, you and I wouldn't want to be in a hospital overrun with that germ, but we can't find out which hospital it is because the CDC hides it. You know, in New York, we put the ratings for restaurants right on the front door. If you're not
absolutely
going to see, everybody knows it before they walk in. We ought to have that information for hospitals.